Hi, Samantha here from Inbound Add-ons. I just thought I'd demo for you today the functionality that we have in our integration between HubSpot and Xero, which is called Inbound Accounts. So there's two main pieces of the functionality in this system. The first is to be able to automatically create invoices when deals in HubSpot are closed won. And the second is to be able to view those invoices or any invoices from Xero in HubSpot in the contact or company records. So this first feature of the integration, the ability to create invoices automatically from HubSpot when deals are closed won, is actually an optional feature. So if you don't actually want to include that feature in your integration, you can opt not to do that in the sign-up process. Also, if there are specific settings that you require for your business that aren't part of this out-of-the-box demonstration, then please feel free to give us an email at support@inboundaddons.com, and we should be able to incorporate your custom requirements into some custom code for you. For now, though, I'll show you what comes out of the box with the integration. So the first feature I mentioned was around creating custom invoices when a deal is closed won in HubSpot. So I've got a deal here that I have open, and this particular deal is being worked. And what I'm going to do here, you need to make sure that the deal has either a contact or a company associated with it. So in this case, it's HunterNet is the company. And what will happen is when the deal is closed won, the company or contact record in Xero will be updated or created if it doesn't already exist. So you need to make sure that there is in fact a company or a contact associated with the deal. So the deal amount here is $1,000. The deal stage is currently expressed interest in HubSpot CRM, and there's a close date. Basically, the elements that are relevant for the invoice in Xero are the deal name. So in this case, the deal name is custom payment forms and integration with HubSpot, and also the deal amount. So in this case, the amount is $1,000, and that is the amount that actually gets included into the invoice in Xero, and the name of the deal is used in the line item in Xero, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So all I need to do here is, let's say I'm working this deal and the client has decided to go ahead. So I'm going to hit click closed won and click save. Now, and I can put in my closed won reason. For the moment, I'm just going to leave that blank. So now if I actually go into Xero and then I search for HunterNet, you can see here that that invoice has actually been created for HunterNet. And if I click into that invoice, you'll see a few things. One is that the company has automatically been assigned to the invoice. The second is that the date of the invoice is dated today, and the due date is dated the 27th of May, which is 14 days from today. So when you actually set up your account, you'll determine how many days from the invoice date you would like the due date to be calculated as. You'll also see that the deal name is the line item in Xero, and that has come straight across, as well as the unit price. Now, you can actually put a prepended description in the line item. When you sign up, you can nominate some words that you might want to go at the start of each invoice, each line item. And you can also nominate whether the amounts are tax inclusive, tax exclusive, or there's no tax on these invoices. So you can essentially set up the whole invoice from scratch. You'll also notice that the status of this invoice is actually in draft because it hasn't been approved yet. And when you first start out, the invoices default to draft. But once you've actually got the hang of it and you're comfortable with the invoices, and if you choose for those invoices to go into Xero in the authorized status, then you can let us know and we can change that for you so that they basically go straight through to authorize. This way, it just allows you in the initial stages to check your invoices and make sure you're comfortable with the way that they're being entered. The other thing to be aware of is the account. The other thing you set up as you're coming through the sign up is what account you'd like these line items to go to. If you do have different deals with different products and therefore they need to go to different accounts. Again, just email us at support@inboundaddons.com and we can have a chat with you about what custom code needs to be created for you in order to be able to automatically assign your deals to the correct account. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and approve this invoice so that you can see how invoices are actually linked to HubSpot and also to Xero. So I'll just click approve on that. Now you'll notice in this invoice also that there is a link up here that says go to inbound accounts. When you click this link from any invoice that has been created from HubSpot, you'll see that it actually automatically takes you to that specific deal that created the invoice in HubSpot. So you've got the link back to the deal and to the source of truth, if you like, that created the invoice. You also can go into the company account, and in this case it's HunterNet. And you'll see here that the invoices that are associated with HunterNet are actually appearing in the contact record for HunterNet, or in the company record. So also if it was a contact instead of a company that you had created the invoice for, you'd look that up and you'd see these in the contact record as well. So one thing to note here is that you do actually have the link through to the invoices. So if I click back through to this invoice, it'll take me straight to that invoice in Xero as well. So that ability to link back and forth to check the actual invoice and the status of the invoice is there. But you'll also note that you can see here the amount paid will also appear in the invoice. So for this invoice in the past here, you can see that the amount paid has been processed. And if that's a partial amount or a partial payment, the partial payment will appear here, as well as the total amount of the invoice and the due date for that invoice. In this case, there hasn't been any amount paid yet, so the amount is zero in terms of what's appearing there. So that's essentially the functionality that comes with this add-on. If you have any additional features that you'd like, we'd love you to reach out and let us know at support@inboundaddons.com, because we're constantly evolving our add-ons and building them to meet your needs. So if you've got any specific requirements, then just let us know. I hope that helps, and let us know if you've got any questions.